When you're picking a batch, what do you look for? I know you were talking about that in one of your vlogs I was watching. What were you doing? You like, it's
I
so interesting to watch you vlog while you shop, because you were like, you drove to a certain, you got a ride really far, a 20-mile ride or something, and then you were like stuck, and then you drove 40 minutes to your favorite restaurant or your
My
grocery store.
favorite grocery store. I was just an idiot that day.
I was like, oh my gosh. You're like, I really don't want to drive 4 miles, but instead I'm going to drive 45 minutes to my grocery store.
I know.
You're like, this batch is way too far away, 4 miles. Oh, by the way, I just drove 30 miles to a grocery store. I was like, that makes no sense.
I know. I was.
And then you were like, oh, I'm already halfway there, so I can't go back. I was like, all right, it does make sense.
I think what happened, I don't remember how far it was, but yeah, I took a batch and it like took me in the middle of freaking nowhere. And yeah, I think it was like 5 miles or something, maybe. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, I was like nowhere around where I wanted to be. So
Yeah.
then I just like autopilot. I was like, I'm going to go to the grocery store that I like. And I'm like, yeah, it's 40 minutes away.
Okay.
Okay.
I had one ride when I was doing Lyft, and it was like an hour. And so I used to do Lyft before my job. Like, I had a job that started at noon every day, and so I would sometimes, like, every day I would try to wake up and do it. Some days I wouldn't, whatever, and I would drive after work. But like, I would have to be back in time for work at 12, right? So it's like, it's kind of like, when it's like 10, I'm like, oh shoot, I hope I don't get a really far ride, because or else I'm going to be late. And sometimes I would be late, but like, I got a ride so far. It was to an airport and literally in the middle of nowhere. And I dropped the guy off, and I was like, and usually I would try to like get a ride back, and I was stuck. And then I was like racing back to work, driving like, I had to drive like 60 or 70 miles.
Oh no.
It was like in the middle of nowhere. I
That
don't know.
sounds
I feel
awful.
like sometimes doing these gig apps, you just find yourself in like really interesting situations that you would never find yourself in otherwise.
Definitely. Well, I think it's, driving around, I've learned, because I'm not from Denver, but I've learned the city so much better by doing this. And I'm seeing places, I mean, because there's a lot of pretty locations around me. So I'm seeing things that I probably never would have discovered on my own.
Yeah, or even ever had an excuse to even go drive there. Like,
yeah.
I've gone in like gated communities, or like places that I never would have.
Yeah.
That I'm like, oh well, now I can see it. But
right.